Bonjour, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Cherry Pit, hosted by yours truly, Chris Cherry. Today, we have a very, very special episode that I'm very excited about. We have Allen Marchioni joining us today. Woo! It's lit. How are you, boo?
Hello. I'm alive, in quarantine in New Jersey. Everything's shut down. I live in the worst county.
Exactly.
Can't leave my house.
No, literally. What have you been doing, my dear, to keep yourself sane?
Well, I'm super into Netflix right now.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
there's
the same
that going
trend.
on.
I don't know
I
if you've
felt
heard of it
very
or
Vanessa Hutchins when she was like, I'm very into voguing right now. Um,
not.
felt very that. No, I'm watching a lot of Netflix shows.
Yes, what are you watching?
I'm, well, I started Shameless.
Oh, I need to start.
Yeah, I
I've
took a
heard so many
hike.
good things.
Oh, it's good. Oh no, it's great. It's really good. If you haven't watched it, everyone watch Shameless. It is so good. But I had to stop because like Fiona did something really annoying, and it's really
Uh,
crawled under my skin, and I had to stop. She kind of
I'm that same way.
season 4. Mm-mm. And then I started. No, if season 4, episode 5. No, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. She did something stupid, and I can't.
Oh gosh, I might have to skip
And
to
then
that episode just to see what it is.
yeah, it's a wild episode. And then I was watching Schitt's Creek, and
Oh my God,
I
yes.
think I think I am David. Like I
That's real. Yeah.
firmly believe, minus all the, well, no, he has no money anymore, but like minus the money he had to afford his fashion, I think I'm David. Like
Okay.
full on, very my vibe.
She said, I'm David
Um,
with the coin.
yes. um, Also, I've been sending video auditions.
Yes.
That's fun. Yeah,
I hear
just
there's
doing
a
that.
I hear there's a season coming up for you.
Yes. Ooh, so
Can we know a little
yeah,
bit
I'm gonna
more?
be in. Yeah, sure. I can talk to you a little bit. Some
A
of it I
little
can't
bit.
talk about yet, but so I'm gonna be at the Priscilla Beach Theater in Massachusetts
Yeah.
over in August. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing Barfay in the 25th annual Putnam County
Oh,
Spelling Bee.
I may have to like, go down there to see it. Like that's going to be so incredible.
I just hope it doesn't get canceled. Quarantine gods, do not cancel me. This is like
Please,
one of my
Lord.
first booked and blessed for that. And then yeah, stuff
Yes, that's
happening over
incredible.
there. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's amazing. Well,
Hmm.
I'm so glad to have you on today. What I kind of wanted to talk about is like the gay community, sometimes the toxicity that can exist in the gay community and how we feel it may relate to theater, and sometimes the casting room, because a lot of times the people at the table that are watching you like are either women or gay men. And so I wanted to talk a little bit more about like what has your experience been as a gay man in just in the gay community in general, because I know I could talk about it for a minute, but what has your experience been?
So with me, just in the gay community, I fall under two of the three no-nos according to the gay community of
Mm,
being fat and a little bit femme.
mm.
I'm not like Kimchi, who's fat feminine Asian. Um, Homegirl got it rough, but she got millions of followers, so she's okay.
So
She's
she's
doing fine.
perfectly fine.
She's fine. But yeah, that it's rough. It's not fun. I mean, when it comes to like the dating world of everything, it is very interesting because like a lot of people don't really look my way, which is crazy because I think I'm bomb.com. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, I think I'm great. I'm a catch. Come on, everyone. Um, but there's that. I do feel like people I feel like a lot of people in the gay community actually have some type of body dysmorphia, because I feel like everyone thinks we have to look some type of way,
I
which
completely
is
agree with
like insane. Which
that.
is,
Yeah,
everybody is beautiful. Like, everybody is beautiful, regardless if
literally.
you're fit, thin, like stocky, fat. Like, not fat, because I love and hate that word, but like
Yeah,
thick, I guess
seriously.
would be the correct word. But no, I think that's a big thing. I think a lot of people, and I feel like it all stems from, if people throw on hate to you, it's because they had hate thrown onto them.
Exactly.
So it's all just like a never ending cycle of, like, if someone makes fun of you by the way they look, they probably also got made fun of. Like, no one is
Hmm.
that much of a hateful human being just to be like, I'm gonna log on to the Grinders and Bumbles and Tinders
Yeah,
just to make fun of
seriously.
people. No, they saw something in you that triggered them, and they're gonna go after you because they're hurt human beings. In a way, all of us are hurt, and hurt people hurt.
I completely agree. Yeah, I a lot of time. I mean, I definitely fit those no-nos too, being black, and I mean, not necessarily. I mean, I have my moments of being femme and mask, I feel. I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
like a weird mosh posh of it all, but definitely being black is definitely one of those no-nos. And I've had people tell me straight up, I'm just not attracted to black men, which I've never cared about,
Mm-hmm.
because not that I've always been secure about the way that I look, because that is very far from the truth, but like with something like that, it's like it's so outside of my control, or even like my
Mm-hmm.
weight or anything like that. It's so outside of my control. But I think the biggest part about the gay community that like kind of frustrates me at times, is this hierarchy. It's like this unspoken hierarchy that exists, like
Oh
especially
yeah, no, like, I hate to use this word, but like, the white twinks are the top of the chain.
one
Like, they are the
that's
top
clear.
of the totem pole, which is, I mean, cool. I mean, no disrespect, literally two of my best friends are white twinks. So
Hmm.
like, and I make fun of them about it all the time, but they're I literally say to them all the time, but like, they are at the top, and they are quote unquote most desired.
Hmm.
And I mean, hey, preferences are preferences, but like, I
I
don't know why everyone
completely
gotta look
agree.
the same. Like, I feel like they
Exactly.
always want to look for someone who looks the same, like exactly like them.
Like
Because there's always that
them.
funny, yeah, there's always that funny thing with the gay community. You either date someone who looks completely different than you, like
E-
literally a polar opposite, or your literal twin. Like, it's there's
Literally.
never any in between. You don't date like the someone who's like, oh, like a little edgy, but no. It's either your exact twin, or like someone who is literally like your polar opposite.
Yeah, I feel like the gay community so many times gets so this is gonna sound funny, but hung up on hangups. Like
Hung up. I'm gonna get that on a shirt. Hung up on hangups.
and
I'm
then
gonna
back to the show, the
I'm
gay
gonna trademark it. Yeah. um,
it's literally the gay community in a nutshell, because I feel like a lot of times people will be so resistant to the point where they may actually be attracted to this person that they swear up and down that they're not attracted to, simply because of, I feel like it's the way that they'll be viewed in society. Like especially, I mean, it's literally the reason why I don't really go out like that anymore, because it's very toxic, especially when you go to gay bars and everything like that. You'll have like I've literally had like
yeah.
tons of white twinks like push me out of the way, like look at me, look me up and down like I'm a piece of dirt on the ground. Like, and that's how
Oh
it
God.
is. Like it's very, that's just the way that I feel like the gay community thinks. Like it's kind of an unspoken rule, and I feel like a lot of
And
times. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I mean, I feel like, oh no, I just feel like, not everyone thinks that way. I feel
Not
like
everyone.
there is just a collect group that really put in a bad rap for all of them, because like
Yeah.
my friend, like literally one of my greatest friends, I love him dearly. We met in Florida. Literally is the white, like, no, he's not white, he's Hispanic, but he's like thin, twinky, and
Yeah.
like I would never think that him and I would be friends. And he
Mm.
is one of the most like welcoming person to me. Like, he help me grow confidence. He's like, you're bad bitch. Like,
Mm.
you are one of a kind, and you are one of the greatest people. So like, if people don't like you, like, screw them. Like,
No,
you're great. You're a
seriously.
catch, and don't ever like don't bring that insecurity right now, because like you're like prime meat.
You're a
You are
snack.
great. So like there is, I'm a full course meal over here. I'm a buffet.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you sneak in some Tupperware so you can bring some home for other people.
Exactly. Bring some home tomorrow.
You gotta do in this time. But yeah, I mean, going back to what you said, like that has never happened to me, because I don't really go out much in like Jersey, New York area. I know Feathers is like down the street from my house. And then New York, I don't really get out there much, because like you gotta get on your train, you gotta get on the subway. That's so much work, and by the time I get there, my buzz is gonna be gone. But like when I was in Florida, I went to Southern Nights. If anyone knows what it is in Orlando, it's one of the best gay clubs. I went there all the time, and if I got 30 looks, you can look at me, but like, if you know, I'm gonna fight you. My mouth side's gonna come out. But
exactly.
Like don't. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I've seen it, like, people, like, throw, like, that quote-unquote shade to people that they think aren't attractive. But, like, if they're not bothering you, don't bother them. Who cares?
Oh, yeah.
If I'm looking like a fool at the club, I don't need you to tell me, because odds are, like, I know I'm looking a mess.
Exactly. It's completely true. And how do you feel like, what has your experience been as an actor who, you know, I won't say identifies as being, not identifies as being anything. That's the wrong word to use. But what has your experience been as an actor, especially a gay actor? Like in the casting.
Well, I know for me, like, I'm never gonna be the leading man. I'm never, unless it's like La Caja Falls, and like maybe I'm gonna be your leading man. But like,
yes.
I know, like, I'm never gonna be like, I don't think I'm gonna be Pippin and Pippin. I don't ever think I'm gonna be like, who are other ones? Like Raoul or Phantom and Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm gonna play Jean Valjean. Like, I don't think those roles are ever gonna happen for me. But there are other roles, like, I think that I can play. That I don't think sexuality matters, and maybe I am a little more flamboyant. Like, I think there are roles like that it doesn't matter. Like Barthay, I'm playing a 12-year-old. Like, I'm literally, like, he's 11, like he's a literal child. So like, I don't think anything's gonna happen for that. Like, I was in Godspell in college. Like, no one cares about stuff in Godspell.
No, it's so true.
I made like a joke saying I'm gay for God. Like, I'm God's best friend. Like, I said that all the time.
No, it's
but
so
like, there
true.
are certain shows where like it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter your sexuality. And I feel like a lot of the time, casting directors, who most are gay, there are some that are straight, but most are gay, and they somewhat kind of applaud straight actors who are sometimes just being mediocre, and that gets
literally
applauded. But they're like, and it's stupid. Like,
it really
cast
is
the best person, not the person who is the most how do I word it? Because I don't want to say most believable, because like, the most believable person is the best person, but the person who you think
you want to sleep with the most, to be honest.
People really need to start.
To be honest, because I mean, you know, I know that's a little R-rated, but I mean, I feel like, let's go there. Like, I think that was actually a saying that the head of my program, and I understand where she was coming from with this sentiment, because it would be unrealistic to say that looks are not like 80% of what goes into the hiring process, especially.
But if you're good looking, and can kind of like hold a tune a little bit,
exactly,
it's going to take you a lot further in the casting process than someone who's like okay looking and is like great at singing.
100%.
You are going to make it farther. And there are people, and there are people that are gonna be like, "Oh, that's not true." No, it's 100%.
It's 100%.
Like, it happens. Like, you're not gonna tell me that. Like, I wish I could think of an example on the top of my head, but I really can't. But there are people who should not be in certain maybe television shows because they aren't the best. They're just very attractive, 100%. Which is nothing wrong. I mean, like, being attractive, I guess, is a talent, because like you're maintaining. What's the word I'm looking for?
No, you said it. Maintaining.
Maintaining. Okay, that sounded weird in my mouth. It sounded very strange. I was like, I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. They're maintaining like their looks, which is hard, because like good for you. You were going to the gym and you are be a healthy. I mean, that's something that obviously I cannot do because I'm a chunky monkey. Like, I try to do it, so it's good for you. But like, I think people really need to start recognizing that, like, the person who looks like a 6 or a 7 hating to do numbers, who can sing circles and can act really well, may not get it because there's someone who looks better, which, like, I understand look comes into play, but like, how much does it really have to come into play?
Yeah, I will never forget when I went in for the Dreamgirls national. It was a Dreamgirls international tour. And I was going in for the CC understudy, and I literally will never forget. Right before me was this huge hunk guy. Now, for anyone who doesn't know Dreamgirls, CC is the person that literally writes all the songs. He's in the background, like he's not even like in front. So
isn't that the one who end up married to the Michelle of the Dreamgirls?
Exactly.
I think that, yeah.
And sings Patience. Yeah, that's CC. So it's like, he's supposed to be, I mean, maybe you don't want him to look like a gremlin, but at the same time, like, he's the person in the background. He's not supposed to be. So anyway, right before me, it's like this huge hunk, like, and this is only for the CC understudy, this audition and these appointments. And for some reason, they didn't close the curtain. I'm not sure why, but the curtain was open and you could see his entire audition. And not to, throw too much shade, but the singing was not. It was not.
It wasn't it. It wasn't it.
It wasn't. It was not extraordinary girl like American Idiot. It was rather basic, flatline. And the person watching the audition was just like, you could literally see her eyes were just like if you could paint like animated like hearts in her face, like that's what it was. Like, she was enamored. It was pretty clear that he got it. Like, he came out and was like very vocal and smiling ear to ear and was having a good, which I'm not like, listen.
Ooh, I wonder if you got it. I got a friend who actually.
Ooh. That. You might know him. No, but so then literally right after I went in.
You know who you are?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said, the person, if they might see this, you know who you are.
No, you know who you are. So yeah, I went in right after, and literally I came in, tried to be as nice and warm as possible. I was like, hi, my name is Christopher Cherry. And she literally goes, cool. And literally starts texting the entire audition, did not look up one time. And then like she sent me a nice email after, like, complimenting me on my audition, but literally said in the email, like, you just don't look the way that, whatever she said, but it was something about how I didn't look the part. And that's just an example. I know it's a long-winded example, but it's just an example of, like, this is a part that's not even supposed to be one of those, like, hunk six-pack. It's not supposed to be that, and you're making.
He's like the quote-unquote friend. He's like the one who it's like, oh, he's cute.
Yeah.
It's not like, he's not like the Jamie Foxx who, I mean, the Jamie Foxx, yeah, he's fine. But he's not like he's not like the looker one. Like, every show has the looker, and then there's like the other one. Like,
he's in the background. He's literally in the background. He writes all the songs. Like, it's not necessary for him to look like this. And it's something that's become very worrisome to me with theater in general. And what a lot of times discourages me to audition, because it's like, if you're gonna even if now the nerdy, like, in the background character has to now be a freaking Adonis, then what hope do any of us have?
Everyone else, yeah. Well, you know what my favorite word I hear at audition is when I hear them, because I hear them. People. My favorite word is, oh, he has pizzazz, which is code word for gay.
Oh God.
Fully code word for gay. It's one of my favorite words, because I hear that word sometimes when I audition for a few, because I have to do open calls. I only had like a few appointments in my life. Everything else at Pearl Studios, bright and early.
Oh God!
Waiting on that.
Into existence that you're gonna start getting more appointments in 2021 when this Corona is.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 2020. I was like, it's gonna be my year. I'm gonna, like, people are gonna know my name. I'm gonna hustle, but the world shut down. So 2021, I'm gonna get appointments, guys. Yes. Mark my word. Maybe
Allen's coming for y'all. Watch the hell out.
Yeah, I'm gonna come for y'all gigs. Someone Someone just do Chicago somewhere. We're not on Broadway. Cast me as
Oh
Mary
my
Sunshine. I'll give you all
gosh,
the soprano.
please. I'm telling y'all, if you haven't, first of
Ugh,
all, if you haven't heard
get
Alan's
me in
voice,
that show.
if you haven't heard Allen Marchioni's voice, stop everything you're doing. Well, no. Finish watching this episode. But then right after this episode, type his name in YouTube and get your life. He's unreal.
Actually, go on Instagram because there's some things on YouTube that don't sound
Oh,
good.
yes.
But like my Instagram, that Alan, you can follow me, hear me there. There's some nice little things that sound. Sing a little ditty.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Plug your Instagram name, by the way, real quick.
Oh, yeah. Not.Allen.
Yeah.
NOT.ALLEN. Please follow me. I probably will follow you back.
No, like,
probably will.
that's why I wanted to have you on, because you've been such a supportive friend to me. And we haven't even known each other that long, but you've just been like such a supportive friend.
It's almost a year. If you didn't know that, it's almost a year of you and I knowing each other. I mean, I knew you longer because of other circumstances throughout the world. But it's I was thinking about it today, and I was like, I've known Chris Cherry for almost a year.
That's nuts.
Shout out Ian Connor, building beautiful friendship.
Shout out Ian. I think I need to have his butt head on this podcast someday. But
I adore him.
But yeah, like, have you had any experiences like that in an audition room where you're like, damn, I know I slayed that, but they're just like being shady? Like, have you had any? I'm sure you have.
See, a lot of that, only because a lot of the open call stuff, they don't call me back. They're like, that's great. And then they're like, pizzazz. And then they're like, they put me in the no pile. I think it's just because I think a lot of directors, like, there are shows that I could be in. Like, 100%. I could be in Guys and Dolls. I could be, I think it's Nicely. What's his name played him?
Easily.
Titus Burgess played him. If he can play him, I can play him.
Exactly. But also, like, even in the original production, he's not even black. Like, that's just like, they just. Oh,
what's his name? Who else played him? Who played Nicely? There's another person who's like pretty flamboyant.
I think Nathan Lane. Scar. No, I think.
Oh, was he Sky?
Oh my gosh. Don't kill me, musical theater fans. No, Nathan Lane was Sky. But no, like, yeah, you easily could be.
I could be him. Give me that role.
Exactly.
Just call me back. I mean, you don't give it to me. You don't give me something I don't deserve. Just call me back.
Just call me back.
Just bring it back. Call me. There's that. I could also be in, like, in my opinion. Oh, also producers. Well, no, there's the drag queens I would probably strongly be considered for because I'm always the drag queen.
Really?
Oh, that's it. Okay, well, that's another thing. Okay, so I have been put in this niche little box, which sometimes I don't mind it because there are these great roles that I'm just the drag queen. Like the drag queen one. So like I can tell you I've played Edna Turnblad, Mary Sunshine, Margaret Mead.
Oh my god.
Some of my little draggy roles. In college we did this fun version of Beauty and the Beast where I basically was an enchantress, where I kind of played with gender where they didn't give me a gender. I was just a magical being, and allegedly there were some complaints because they thought it was inappropriate that I was running around in heels and a long dressy cape, screaming at children in the show, and I thought that was funny. I love that.
I'm sure you absolutely slayed.
Oh yeah, look it up there. Floribunda, Flora B. I came for your gig when I was in that. But no, I was always kind of like put into a box where it was like, oh, you can play flamboyant gay, and that's it. Which is like, cool. They're still out there. I mean, some people made careers off of it. But like, there's also more than just flamboyant gay. There's a whole thing that I talked to my friend about. Because I was like, my type isn't gay. Being gay isn't a type. Exactly. There's also, I feel like you can fall into this. Some people are like, oh, you're the black guy.
Exactly.
Or you're the black girl. No, being black isn't a type. That
really
isn't a type. Not. There's also like my friend, my very dear friend, I always talk to her about it. And I was like, she was like, oh, you're the black girl. But I was like, no, you're like the friend. You're like the main girl. Like you're the ingenue. You're like the funny best friend.
Because we're people. Like
the black girl. Because like, you don't say that. You don't say like, oh, you're the white girl.
Exactly. It's so stupid.
You don't say that. You're like, oh no, you're like the best friend. You're the girl next door. or
Or
you're
you're
the
the
mean
bimbo,
girl.
you're
That's
the,
it. Yeah,
yeah.
that's all you get. But the minute that you kind of like border something that's not that, it's you're
And
that
no,
box and you're that box only. Which is like,
exactly.
no, like I'm like I'm like the gay friend. I am the gay funny friend. That is my type. I will always live in that
Mm-hmm.
type. I'm okay with it, but it's not just flamboyant because like the friend has substance. He has like some being. There's
Oh,
some meat to him.
100%.
And I feel like a lot of people don't really what's the word I'm looking for? They don't really, I don't want to say pay attention, but I guess pay attention is the correct word I kind of want to say. They don't really give in to that because it's like, oh, you're just the farcical one. You're the one that gets the laugh and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's like a little more. I've always had this saying where like, I think it's funny that people can suspend their disbelief for like talking animals and flying children, but they can never suspend their belief enough to find the fat girl as the lead.
Seriously. It's
Which
so
is wild to me because like big people also fall in love. Like the fact that you can't, like a big girl can't be playing Tracy for the rest of her life. Let's be honest.
exactly, like there's more roles that I just feel like the world of, I
Give
mean,
me a fat alpha. Give me a chunky alphabet. Give me a big girl who can sing her face off and be alphabet. Or
please.
like give me like a chunky I'm trying to think of other role. Give me like a chunky G. Because you
Mhm.
know, he was probably stress eating over all the stuff that he went through. Others, oh, he was stress eating. He was always talking about being in a 7-Eleven. Oh, he was stress eating. He was eating those corn nuts and Slurpees, which, you know, give a little calorie. Get out of here with always just, oh.
Exactly. I just feel like theater especially, I don't even want to say theater especially because I feel like TV and film is its own monster where I feel like it actually gets a little more intense. But I just feel like a lot of people are so close-minded to the possibilities. And then when it's I also hate the other side of it too, right? Where you're casting arbitrarily. It's like, oh, let's just put a black guy in it. Like have it, let it just be whoever's best in the room and whoever is like serving it and really like getting to the humanity of the character. And I feel like that way we'll really get back to some exciting theater. Not that exciting theater isn't happening, but I think that there was a bit more of like a scrappiness that used to exist in Broadway that I don't really see anymore. Like, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the current state of theater in general? Alan, you still there?
So, and just had a full out know what just happened. Yeah. What were you saying? Because you were giving a beautiful monologue and great soliloquy, and it's like, no, 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 no. You cannot hear what he's trying to say.
No, I was saying, how do you feel about the current state of theater in general? Like, because I was saying that I feel it's
Oh,
gotten a little bit kind of watered
everything's a
down.
movie. Everything on Broadway is a movie.
Yeah.
Everything, which is fine. I mean, like, there's 2 shows I want to be in. I want to be Damien and Mean Girls and Olaf and
Hmm.
Frozen, which are 2 movies, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
But like,
perfect for you both those
I
roles.
feel like, please cast me someone, Tina Fey, please.
Yeah, seriously.
Um, but I feel like because there are new ideas. I mean, Hades Town, brilliant.
Mm.
You're Evan Hansen, even though I'm not like, I think it's not like, no, it's a great show, but like, I'm not like the biggest fan of it.
Yeah.
A great new idea cast, but I want cast a fat Evan Hansen because you're always casting this game. Give Evan Hansen probably is eaten too. He
I
is
think it makes more
stressed.
sense that Evan would be plus size because of the fact that he's ostracized, bullied. Like it just like there's just so I feel like that's a perfect example of like roles
That could
that
be a big, like that could be a bigger person of any shape, size,
easily,
and
and they don't
color.
even like think of it as a thing just because
Well, they do because Jordan Fisher obviously is an outcast. He's definitely.
I think in like for them it's an outcast because he's not white. But I think in real life,
But he's also beautiful. Like
he's
he's a
gorgeous.
gorgeous looking
Like
man.
he's
So
not like an
I don't
outcast.
believe
He's just
someone's
not
gonna
white.
pick on him for being like weird. I look at him and I was like, oh, you're cute.
You're
Like,
gorgeous. And I feel like
you're
that's the biggest thing. Like, that's the biggest example of what I'm talking about right there, where it's like, it's a role where the way you're writing it, it's not supposed to be like this super gorgeous
it's
model person. It's
supposed to be an outcast. It is supposed to be someone who is stereotypically he just doesn't fit in. He's not stereotypically attractive. He is just different. But like, that's another show that's a new idea. That show, Come From Away, is another show that's like beautiful. One of my favorites that did not last a long time. The Great Comet. Like, there's so many great ideas out there, but I feel like we're falling into a trap that, like, Broadway, they need to make money.
Yeah.
So
seriously.
it's easier, and let's be honest, the people that are coming to see these shows to make money are not from New York. They are tourists. So there's a reason why, like, Spider-Man lasted so long.
Spectacle.
People know what spectacle. People knew what Spider-Man was. That's why shows like Phantom and Wicked and also Hamilton, like, they're never gonna close. Like,
Yeah,
those are
seriously.
shows that are never gonna go anywhere. They're Lion King, another one, like, they're never going to close because people come for the spectacle. Yes, are they great shows? Yeah, they're really good shows, but people are coming for the name and they're not going to care so much about the art. Not saying that they're not good. They obviously are great, because if they were bad, they wouldn't have lasted this long.
Yeah.
But I feel like people aren't going to spend their money on something that they don't know anything about. Like, someone from Milwaukee who's coming to New York for the first time isn't going to go see, like, The Great Comet. Maybe they'll see it if they're a fan of Josh Groban. Maybe they'll see it like that, but they're not going to voluntarily see that show.
100%. Now, I want to transition to a topic that Allen and I are both very passionate about and that we've talked about a lot, and I feel like would be fun to talk about. Drag Race, darling.
So you know, I love my drag queens.
Can we please talk about this season? It's so good, right?
Oh, it is. Okay. So I understand the whole, I understand why people don't like Berry Strawberry. I'm gonna call her that. I'm gonna call her Berry Strawberry. I understand she did a terrible thing, literally did a disgusting, terrible thing, which can't be justified.
No.
But this is a great season.
Oh,
like,
it's so good.
Wildly amazing. Like, honestly, this season, I think any of those girls, if they were on any other season prior, would have made top 5.
I completely agree.
I think someone shared that on Facebook. I think it was not Facebook, Instagram, and I think it was you.
Oh yes, I saw
who put it on their story. I think it was you, and it's true because let's be honest. I mean, you have Jada Essence Hall, who is phenomenal.
Ooh, that's my
she
pick.
is.
A lot of people are mad and like
she is. No, but also Gigi's great too. I think the problem with Gigi was started so strong and she's a little bit right now. And it's just like, no one wants to see someone who just wins everything. No one wants, that's why it's so exciting to see Jada like come out of her but get recognized for everything. That's like wanting like Jam to win that challenge so badly because like they want the fans are recognizing like how much work they're putting into it. That's why people want Crystal to win a challenge, and so people were so happy that Heidi won a challenge.
Yeah,
like they don't want to see the same people win over and over again because it's boring. I mean, like honestly, there's a point that I didn't want to watch the season anymore because I was like, oh, Gigi won. I was like, everyone has either no wins. You have Cherry Strawberry, who has also 2 wins, but disqualified, so she don't matter. And Gigi, who has 3 wins, and it's like, oh, it's obvious now who won. Like, there's no one that can come back. But then you see Jada rise from the ashes, and she has 3 wins. And honestly, I say give it to her. I mean,
I pray because I just feel like, listen, Gigi is great. She's super polished, amazing, but it's another white skinny girl. Like I'm not saying don't give her the crown because of that. Like if she ends up like for the rest of the competition slaying them, give her the crown. But I feel like there were some weeks, and I know it's gonna be a little controversial, but there are some weeks,
she was basic.
Yeah, there's some weeks where she won where I just did not agree with it. Snatch Game, I did not agree. I thought that she was literally like
Oh,
fourth best.
no, I thought she was great in Snatch. Snatch Game was hard for me because I thought she was hysterical, and I also thought
Incredible.
Ms. Jackie Cox was hysterical. So that was like,
I
I
thought
was
Jackie
really
could have
interested
took
to see
it.
who was gonna win. Jackie is another one. I
I
think
think
she
her
was
look might have
phenomenal.
brought her back, but I think because of the
No, her look. No, wait. What runway week was that?
that was the runway. Oh, Ice Queen.
That's
So like
Frozen.
Jackie had that
Okay,
iridescent.
but also like, let's be honest here. Gigi's look wasn't the most like. I'm sorry, I'm
Thank
switching positions.
you.
It wasn't. It wasn't the most beautiful, stunning look. It was cute. It was whimsical. It was it was different, but it
Probably
wasn't
my
like
least favorite look of hers that
the
season.
most
Incredible
amazing look
looks.
that she's done. And I know she could do. I know she can turn it out. We've seen what she has. Like,
Oh yeah,
she
every other
obviously
week.
has amazing looks. She's obviously incredible. But I feel like it's one of those things where it's like she's a tall, white, skinny queen who can get away with wearing literally nothing, and the judges will eat her up.
Exactly. I completely agree.
Like, but she also is extremely talented. She's obviously an amazing seamstress. Literally,
Mhm.
homegirl, with her runway, there were zippers, there were hems, where she
Yeah.
had to make that little ball thing around her. No, she obviously is extremely talented, and it, like how it's like she likes musical theater and she like panders and all that. No, I do like her, but like I think the problem is the producers kind of showed so much of her, and now everyone is sick of her.
Well, it's split because I feel like this is how Drag Race fandom goes. You have 50% of people that are seeing the season in real time and judging it fairly, and then you have like I don't care as long as it's white and skinny. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we're going to talk about that next.
ah!
Yes, I don't want to. Let's be honest. A lot of the fans are. I don't want to. I don't want to say the word racist because, like, I think it's a lot of
Yeah.
because a lot of the fans are like 13 and like 14, and I think you can't call like a little 13-year-old girl behind the screen
Yeah, it's
racist.
not
She doesn't know any. Like,
racist.
of course, I guess she's just ignorant. She's just ignorant, and when
Yeah.
she's gonna grow up, she's gonna look back and be like, "Oh, I should have never said any of that stuff." Because I know, like,
Mhm.
I've said questionable things when I was like 11.
Oh, definitely.
And
Well
I
into the
like, would I
teens.
say it now? Absolutely not. I
Nah,
would
yeah.
not say it now. I know much better. And like, I understand. Also, a lot of the fans say things they obviously don't mean when they're telling people to kill themselves. They don't want you to kill themselves because I bet you if a queen does do it, they're gonna be the first ones to cry.
Exactly.
They don't mean everything that they say. I think we just live in a world where they want instant gratification, so they're gonna tag you because they want you to see it.
They
And
want you
like,
to see it.
they want you to see it, and they want to get a reaction to you because it makes them feel noticed. I mean, like, I may have done that like a few days ago, but it was mine was total sarcasm. I may have tweeted something and said there's no songs for gay people and their female friends, and I might have tagged some people, and they totally responded, and one of them totally roasted me. But obviously, I was being sarcastic because they're great composers and they're totally
Well, hey, if you're speaking the truth.
or bad people. But like I was just saying that there's not really any. But do I mean to be mean to them? No. But like but like I feel like I just feel people get so hyped up over a television show about drag queens. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Let's just be happy that there is a
A
television show
about
about drag queens that is talking about gay culture.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be happy. Like, I know a lot of people complaining about drag, secret celebrity drag race. Of course, they're not going to get like A-list celebrities. Like, Ariana Grande and Beyonce are not coming on the show.
No.
Like, they are not going to be on it. I'm so sorry, Becky. Like, Britney Spears ain't going to be on the show.
Exactly.
But like, they're gonna get people. Like, it's like how Dancing with the Stars or like Dancing with the Stars is, or like The Masked Singer is. It's one of those shows they're gonna get people that need more exposure or people that want to get back in the limelight.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna grab people like that. That's like last week. That episode was great. You had Lonnie.
That's what I was about to say.
So,
second episode was much better in terms of the celebrities. Like, I will say that
liked episode 1. I know I'm standing alone in my own corner. I know none of them had any followers except Nico Tortorella. I know people know who he is. I didn't know who Jordan Connor was. I think that's his name.
I didn't know
I had
who
no
any
clue
of
who
them
that
were.
was. You didn't know who Nico Tortorella was?
I recognize his face, and I think I recognize him from his other appearances with drag queens.
Watch him on
From Drag
Younger.
Race
He's so
Girls.
good on that show.
Oh yes. Oh yes, that's what he's from. Younger.
I thought he was, that's a, well, now, okay, here it is. Now that is a non-binary person who I did not think was that at all.
Who?
I thought
Nico?
they them, non-binary, goes by they, them. I thought they were a straight male, like just a straight, like muscular masked male. And then, little to my surprise, when I found out like a year after watching it, that they are just
living their dreams,
living and exploding. And yeah, I totally misgendered them at some point, and I did not. Don't mean it. I'm just pronouns. I'm not.
No, same.
English.
I had. See, that's another hard thing too. It's like when you don't know someone's like work, or you you saying Younger, it struck a chord, and I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that is, but like I don't follow them on any social media platforms and anything like that.
Oh, I had no clue who the other two were. I had no clue who Jordan Connor was. I just remember him because he was attractive and tall. Mm-hmm. And the other one, I remember Kevin Hart. I don't know his actual name. I can't remember it. I feel so bad because like I was talking about. He was great. He was so funny. I honestly thought he would end up going to win the entire thing because he was so funny. That Kevin Hart, that's a genius. And when he walked out running with a little poop like tutu, hysterical. He should have just given him the money for his charity right then. And then the other people sucked their snatch games. Well, they didn't suck because I probably can't do it better.
See, that's the hard thing. I feel like as an actor, I'm like, oh yes, I could slay that. But then I think about it, I'm like, in real time, it's probably so different. It's so hard for them. I would be
terrible on Snatch Game. I would be awful.
I think you would slay.
I would be so bad. No, there was only one person I would be bad. The only person I can impersonate is Harvey Fierstein because I can do the little talk that he does. But like, Nina West did him, so if I want to go on the show as a drag queen, which probably never happens, I can barely find clothes that fit me, let alone me with padding.
And shaving and everything like that.
And just that's so much work. I'm so not excited to shave this summer if this doesn't happen. If this doesn't happen, because I have to look like a 13-year-old with this beard. But I would be so bad. I would be bad. Well, I have a question for you. If you could do Snatch Game, who would you be?
Okay, I've thought about this a lot. I would either be Julie Andrews. Because not that I think my Julie Andrews impression is like amazing, but I think it would be funny. Like, oh, welcome everyone. Like, I don't know. I feel like that would be fun. Or I would be Whitney and do it. And what's funny is literally Monet, and I know this is an unpopular opinion. This is my opinion. I love Monet. I love Monet Exchange. I'm obsessed. But Snatch Game All Stars was not the ticket. I feel
not
like
her shirt. I feel like her Snatch Game would have been okay if it was the regular Snatch Game format. I feel like if it was the regular Snatch Game format, other people would have rised. It would have. I mean, I still think that Gia Gunn would have been in the bottom. I still think where the jokes. There was none.
Valentina, I thought did amazing, and I think she just got a shitty edit.
I didn't think she was that bad.
I thought she did Eartha Kitt pretty
funny,
good.
But she sounded like Eartha Kitt.
Yeah.
It just RuPaul has no clue what the Emperor's New Groove is, so she don't know what a cronk is.
That was definitely an example of like Ru not getting the reference, and like I think Ru obviously knows who Eartha Kitt is, but like I think he wasn't
had no clue what Valentina was trying to say.
I thought Naomi Smalls won Snatch Game.
I am so every time I watch All Stars, the person who I love always get screwed over.
Yeah.
Always does not get a good edit. Like not Snatch Game. All Stars season 2. Oh, Tatiana, I wanted her to come back. I was waiting.
You were rooting for
Tatiana. I
Tati.
was a
Yeah.
Tatiana. Yes, I was, because it was season 5 all over again, and I was like,
Mhm.
whatever. But Tatiana, I was like, I'm ready. She gonna come back. She
I gotta
blew it
watch
up the
that
first
season
week.
again.
Oh, the first week Tatiana was that queen, and then the next week she was not that queen anymore, and she
No.
sashayed away. And then
I was rooting for Alyssa.
I did like Alyssa. Then season 3, oh, I was Shangela. From
All
the
the way.
beginning.
Yeah.
The minute
100%.
Shangela was announced, I was like, she's gonna be top 4. I was like, no one can change my mind. Shangela will be top 4. She's gonna win. And
If
everyone's
it
like,
was
no,
not
no, no,
Ben de
no,
la
no.
Creme, like once Ben left,
I still think, honestly, I firmly believe Shangela still could have beat Ben de la Creme. I think I'm the only one in my little island that thinks that, but I really think that. I truly believe
I think
that
she
in my own.
definitely could have, because there was definitely that lip sync where I think they double sashayed.
Well, it was a double. They loved both of
I mean,
them.
not double sachet.
It was a double
Sachet.
win. But also, Benzela didn't win the first time they like simmed against each other.
Oh yeah,
She
you're
didn't win.
right.
Shangela won. I'm
Shangela
telling you,
won.
Shangela. I'm
No, I was
Shangela Stan
obsessed
for
with her
season
All
3.
Stars 3. It was masterful. I think
I
now,
loved her.
because I think in the end, obviously we're all happy with it because Trixie has done such incredible things with her career. So like it doesn't. I feel this literally, and I know this is an unpopular opinion as well. I feel the same way about Trixie that I feel about Monet. I feel like did they deserve to
I think
win
Monet.
that season?
Yeah, I feel like Monet got a lot of shit, but like honestly, let's be honest now. Who wins the crown best at the lip sync? And Monet won that lip sync.
She won the lip sync.
Monet won. Like she tore. I'm sorry, I have a bad angle of me. I need to change where I am.
No,
But
I never
Monet won that lip sync against Trinity. Trinity did not. She tried her best, and she's beautiful.
Agree.
But like Monet ate that lip sync up when she pulled that pussycat wig off her head to another wig.
Forever cemented in Drag Race history. And like, I also think that she was the best in the Super Queen thing. So I think what it came down to was like, Monet was the best.
Yeah, she did do good on the Super. I mean, I personally hated the Super Queens thing.
Oh yeah,
I was like, the song all season was super fast, and then they slowed it down and did a mid-tempo. I was like, what is happening?
It was really bizarre.
I'm like, who made this? I was like, who made this decision?
Also, 5, y'all better get that last challenge together, because all of the other ones I've literally been so legendary. Except, I mean, well, All Stars 1, there really wasn't one, but 2 and 3 were obviously the last top 4 challenge was absolutely legendary. So All Stars 5, come on, girl.
Kitty Girl was it. That was. I still have that on my playlist because I just love it.
It's so good. Now I wonder. I mean, we know the Reddit cast, which probably will be right. But if it was all up to you, who's your dream cast for All Stars 5?
It's so funny. I was talking to my best friend about this, but I know who's on it because everyone talks about it, and like a lot of them are so not being shy on Twitter.
No, Shay definitely is not. Shay
literally basically said she's on it.
Yeah.
Like she basically said she was on All Stars 5. I mean, okay. And we're not gonna include season 12 girls. 12, right? Yeah.
Well, I wonder. I'm like, is it too late? Like, is it already cast? So
it's already cast. They have it. It's already cast in production. Shea Coulee is
it already
happened. Shea Coulee's on it.
Yeah, you're right. Season 12,
you didn't know, she's on it.
I'm
trying to think who would I want on it. Well, I want Max back.
Max.
I loved Max.
Interesting.
Max was my favorite on season.
Really? I need to rewatch season 7.
I would love Max. I love April Carry-On. I think we need to bring her back.
She's incredible.
She's just stunning. I'm trying to think. Mariah Balenciaga. I love her.
I hear that she's in it, like from Reddit, but I hope they're
the wind is blowing in that direction that she's in. I'm trying to think. Who else would I love to be on it? I'm trying to think. Oh, well, I've also like, there are queens that I've met who I think who didn't get a fair edit on the show, who I think are wonderful human beings. Like, Jaden Drewer Fierce. I think she's the sweetest human being. Met her at DragCon. I was at her booth for like an hour. Her and I were talking. She's a wonderful human being. Ariel Versace. I know a lot of people do not like her, but I think she's the sweetest human being when I met her.
Oh, you met her?
Nice. I did meet her. My best friend wanted to meet her, and I was like, okay, let's do it. And because I met her once prior, on Halloween in Orlando, but I don't remember meeting her because it was Halloween in Orlando. You get what I'm trying to say?
1000%.
I felt that night. Hold on. I would love for Ariel Versace to come. There's so many. I love all of them, honestly.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are more that I love than there's more who I love than others, but I still love all of them. Like, bring back Pork Chop. She wants to come back.
Oh yeah.
Bring back Pork Chop. Bring her back. Also, on a serious one, bring back Rebecca Glasscock. Season 1, I think she was top 3 with them.
Yeah, she was. See, I haven't watched
on that season.
That may be the only season that I've never watched. I know who wins.
Crazy. She's crazy. She's wild. Also, Dita Ritz, bring her back. I fucking love Dita Ritz.
I completely agree. Oh yeah, especially for All Stars, because I feel like, see, with Dita, she is just. It's so sad because she is literally like the perfect example of the fandom not necessarily not being racist. Once again, don't want to call it racist, but like it's just sad. Like she should have such a huge
I also think it was a time. Well, I also feel like, oh my god, I hate this and it's happening. I'm flipping around. It's still not working. So I'm so sorry. My phone has terrible angles, and
no, you're fine.
Right. Well, I also feel like it was a product of its time. Like season 4 was like really the start of it. Like season 4 really put it on, and then season 5 and 6 like solidified them on its map.
I completely agree.
But I would love, Dita Ritz, bring her back. I know I want Willem, but Willem's never going to come back. They don't want her on set.
I know. I want Willem.
I love her.
Cracker.
I love all of them. I'm literally going to name all of them. So you got to cut me off.
I know for me, I would love to see, obviously Shea Coulee, which she's in it. But I would also love to see Trinity K. Bonet.
Yes, Trinity K. Bonet.
I think she would kill I think she would slay everyone's life.
Her looks would be amazing.
Amazing. Like she's pulling these looks. I would die. And I know she probably won't do it either. But LaGanja Estranja. I want her so bad.
I could see LaGanja. I can see LaGanja being brought back.
I think she would be so
All Stars 6. I think she'd come back.
I mean, her looks aren't like perfect, but I think there's a lot with her because like she is like a skinnier queen. I think that it's easier to like put a really nice silhouette on her. Obviously, I think
but also she's television gold. Like,
and she's so funny. Like, I really feel like now because she has this confidence, I feel like she would be able to kill the acting challenges.
She would do so well. She would do so well. I think she really, really would come back and, be like, oh yeah, this is really who I am. Not like that, what I showed on season 6. Also, talking about season 6, where's Kelly Mantle?
Oh yeah, I completely agree.
Bring back
She's so
Kelly
funny.
Mantle. I think
Her,
she's hysterical.
oh, her interview that she had on Hey Queen, it I was
So
peeing my
funny.
pants laughing.
When she was talking about Vivacious and she was that was everyone go watch Hey Queen. It's with her on it or any other queen.
No, go
They're
watch Hey
amazing.
Queen with the Kelly Mantle episode. It's so freaking good. She's hilarious. I
I
also
told you I will talk about hours. I can talk about hours for drag, like talk for about drag queens for hours.
no, literally. I also would love to see well, she's pretty much like confirmed with Reddit, but I just really pray that it's true because I'm actually obsessed with her as Juju Mother can be.
I love Miss Juju B.
She's perfect to me. Everything about her is like she's when I think about like
Uh,
what I want out of a drag queen, like she is everything. She has the look, she has the personality, she has the confidence. I mean, she to me, she is the ultimate lip sync assassin of all time.
she's up there. I love her. I'm excited. Hopefully she's on season 5 of All Stars. And I hear she slays. I hear she does a really, really good job. Also, another queen who I think is very underrated, who I hear is supposed to be an All Stars 5, is India Ferrah. I don't know
Is
if
she supposed to be in All Stars 5?
she's supposed to be on All Stars 5. I met her at DragCon.
I did not know
She's
that.
she's beautiful. Like
Oh, that'd be fierce.
literally. I looked at her and I was like, "You are so beautiful.
I'm obsessed with that.
You are
More older
stunning."
queens, more older queens. I think
Bring
it's
well,
uh,
she's. I'm telling you, she gonna come back with the vengeance. But I went up to her and I said, "You're beautiful. You're stunning, and I can't wait for All Stars 5." And she looked at me like I just spouted the craziest smack. And I said, "Oh, Reddit, come on." And then she's like, "Thank you so much. You're beautiful." And I said, "I'm ready for it." And she just laughed. And I regret nothing.
yes, no,
Regret nothing.
literally. That's amazing. I didn't even know that. I mean Blair St. Clair, but there
Mm-hmm.
Reddit is rumoring that she's gonna go home first. I really hope that's not true because I have grown.
What Reddit are you reading?
Reddit said that Reddit is saying that they think that
I
Blair
think
is
you're
going home
confusing
first.
her. No, I think you're confusing her for another white queen with blonde hair.
Who is it?
We'll talk about it afterwards because I will tell you
Oh,
everything that
Derek
I
Barry.
know.
Derek Barry. I forgot Derek Barry. I think no, maybe
she,
yeah, maybe I'm confusing her with Derek Barry. That's my bad.
I think you are. Yeah, no, Derek. I heard Derek. Yeah. Um, but I have a question for you
Yes, please.
on the topic of drag queens. Do you have any like local drag queens you would love to see on the
Oh
show?
yes, yes, yes. Tina Twirler.
Okay.
100%. Tina Twirler, real name is Malachi. We worked together at Busch Gardens a couple of
I
years
think
ago and then saw
I
like
think I
three
saw
times.
her. I think I saw her at Polish the Queen one night
Oh, she's literally
over
like
at
in
Stonewall.
Monet and she's Honey's drag I guess you would say drag granddaughter. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, literally Monet and Bob the drag queen both shouted her out like on sibling rivalry. Like they fully know who she
Hmm.
is. Like and it's so funny because when I talk
I
to her, I'm like,
yeah, no,
girl,
I'm
you're
pretty sure I
going.
saw her at Polish the Queen.
Yeah, like I literally whenever I talk to her, I'm like, girl, you know you're going to be on Drag Race. She's like, I don't know. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like if you ever get a chance to go see her live, she's incredible. Like the most flexible human. Like you will literally be like Laganja who after watching her. Like she's unreal.
So
Also,
after quarantine, we're gonna go see Torrentina.
please, and we're also
Yeah, I'm
gonna go
excited.
see my dear friend Cherry Poppins, who I love
I
so much.
also do love Cherry Poppins.
They're gonna be on this podcast, her and Patrick, very soon. I'm so excited.
I love that. Um,
What about you?
well, I have my one friend who I love very dearly, who I text her all the time saying, "When are you gonna be on Drag Race?" Miss Novazar.
No
I don't know if
Bizarre.
you know who Novazar is. She is always at Club Coming. She is one of the most conceptual, amazing queens I've ever met in my life. She
Mm.
is so smart. Her looks are amazing. I actually was in So You Think You Can Belt with her over at Ferrah.
Oh.
She is just a ray of sunshine, and I love her so much.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm also. Oh,
She's like
sorry.
one that I really want to see on the show.
Yes, I gotta
And
plug
then I
like.
have like,
Oh, yes, you go.
oh, I was also going to plug my other two little babies. My best friend of all time, Miss Joanne Wilcox.
Oh,
That's
yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
that's my baby.
Mm.
It's my if you see her on my Instagram story, she's always there. I love her. My best friend Joe. Want him to be on Drag Race. People, let's book him. He's so funny. He's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
He can jump, kick, split, hysterical. Is
Mm-hmm.
owns so much drag. Owns so much drag. And just I want everyone to see what he can do. Also another friend of mine from high school, Miss Mandra D, which is the funniest name
I'm
I think
pretty
ever.
sure I've heard of that. You gotta insta me these people after.
I
I'm
will
gonna check
send
all of
you
them
these
out.
people, but Miss Mandra D is so funny because I forget her saying. It's Miss Mandra for short, D for shorter, and man, if we're being honest. And I think so,
That's
that is
amazing.
so funny. But yeah, they're like my two little friends. I can't wait for them to be on Drag Race because they will be on it. They will be
Hmm.
on it. And then I have like other ones. Like I don't know her, but like I've been a huge fan of like Laguna Blue forever.
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
I think
Absolutely.
she's the most beautiful, has the most beautiful singing voice, and she's stunning.
Yeah, I also gotta say, well, two of my friends, Mrs. Felicia, who I went to high school with, who
That's a
is
fun name.
wonderful. She's performed a lot at the West End. And then another one of my dear friends, Camilla Cockman. We also went to high school together. She is so funny and incredible. And then one more who is not. I don't know her personally, but she literally has to be on Drag Race. Like she just has to be. I think Kiera, the drag queen, her Instagram handle is the only Aeon. Like she is probably the most beautiful dancer I've ever seen in my life. But she also like, I'm very big on like I don't know why, because I'm not that much of a dancer in my real life. Maybe this is why, but I'm very big on like gorgeous dancing drag queens.
Oh
Where
no, I love a good dancing queen.
yeah,
No
it's
pun intended to Alyssa Edwards, but like I
no,
love a good queen who
literally,
can kick.
me too. But yeah, those are mine. Oh, I love this. I really
Oh,
hope.
also another, if we're talking about the West End queen, Miss Elise Navidad.
Yes, Elise
Another,
Navidad.
I
She's
saw
such
her
a
live
sweetie
once.
pie.
She's so funny. Oh, she's hysterical.
Yeah, she's so
So
funny.
funny.
I love her mixes. She has really clever mixes. That's the biggest thing that I'm excited about when all this shit is over. I love the West End drag shows. They're so fun.
Yeah, there's the one on Wednesdays with Laguna, and I think what's her name? I saw her live once, and she's so funny. My mom tipped her. Um, Simonella, I think that's her name.
Mm.
I feel so bad. She was at the Glam Awards. She performed. She's so good. There's also like other queens that I know. I think the Vix. She's a beautiful singing voice. I met
Mm.
her through another singing thing. Literally a gorgeous singing voice. I don't think she remembers who I am. But she's phenomenal. She literally is. She's gorgeous singing voice. Her looks kill me. She's beautiful. I have so many other drag queens I follow. If I think you may follow me back. Also, I know one from Orlando, Miss Adrian. She's great. She can, if you want to see a Gaga impersonator who like embodies Gaga,
Oh my gosh.
she's so good. She's so good. I saw her in New York, oddly enough, when I moved back from Florida, and she was
Mm.
also performing in New York. And I said, I know who you are.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I cannot wait to go
Fun
see and
fact.
support local drag again because there's something so magical about it. But
I love drag queens.
this has been so, Alan, I cannot thank you enough for being on the show. This has been so much fun. I knew that you had to be one of the first people because I knew that we would just be able to kiki and have a good time.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. Yes, I will. Anytime you want me back, I will talk about anything,
Oh
especially during
yes.
these troubling times.
You'll definitely have to come back. Where I because I want to like have this same discussion that we had, but like in more of a roundtable sense. I'm doing an episode coming up where it's going to be a bunch of men of color And we're
I
gonna
love that.
like have like a little round table moment with that. So I definitely would love to have you on again. And thank you so much for joining me.
Oh my God, thank you so much for having me.
This has been another
Of
episode of
course.
the Cherry Pit. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all, and have a wonderful evening or a day whenever you're watching this. Bye, y'all.